Adainimo says he will not step down for Boachijaku to occupy the 5th position. He explains he will follow the party's directive to contest him in yet another electoral college election. Adainimo, who was engaging my colleague earlier, Alfred Okanse, on Ghana Tonight.
You are now tied with Boachijaku for that 5th position. There was earlier news of he stepping down for you. He's come out to say it's not true. He's going into the contest on Saturday with you. Are you stepping down for him?
No, not at all.
Why?
I mean, but the rules are there. We are following the rules. Okay? We adopted the rules approved by the National Council of the party. And then the rules said, or the guidelines said that should there be a tie for the 5th position, then there shall be a runoff to determine who occupies that 5th position. Well, if the lawyers can also give an interpretation that if there is a tie, then one can describe it as 5A, 5B.
You heard the voice of flag bearer aspirant of the New Patriotic Party, Adainimo, engaging with my colleague Alfred Okanse there. In the meantime, the election committee of the New Patriotic Party will be meeting all the 10 flag bearer aspirants in the Super Delegate Congress last Saturday. The committee is seeking to give all parties a fair hearing and resolve issues that marred the election. Spokesperson for the committee, Apenyo Makin, says the committee will not renege in its quest to sanitize the entire system.
From what we have heard, seen in the social media, we are inviting certain personalities to appear before us for engagement. We want to hear them. We have heard of certain allegations in the media, although no formal complaint has come. But for the sake of the party's well-being, we have taken it upon ourselves to again say that all such individuals are to appear before us. And the secretary to the committee will send out the invitation so that by tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we'll be here to hear them, to back their claims with evidence, and to hear all concerns.
You heard the voice of spokesperson of the election committee of the NPP, Apenyo Makin, speaking there. Meanwhile, campaign spokesperson for the Kennedy Japan campaign, lawyer Data, says the MP has received the invitation and will duly appear before the disciplinary committee.
It's just an invitation to appear before the disciplinary committee. We are ready to honor this invitation. We are just talking about certain behaviors that they think that in their opinion was an aberration, and therefore they are inviting, I think, 4 of them to appear before the disciplinary committee. So it is not something that is so fearsome, but it's, for us, we see it as a process improvement. And Ken is a law-abiding citizen, and he believes in the rule of law, he believes in transparency and equity, and therefore once the elders have really invited him, he would definitely appear before them.
You heard the voice of the spokesperson for the Kennedy Japan campaign team speaking there. To some other stories this morning, and 3 more persons would be appearing before the committee investigating the leaked audio tape allegedly plotting to remove the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, at its next sitting on Thursday. Former Northern Regional Chairman of the NPP, Namong Da Bugre-Nabu, has validated the content of the leaked audio regarding an alleged plot to oust the IGP, Dr. Ekufu-Dampare, after appearing before the committee on Monday. Now, Chief Bugre-Nabu appeared before the committee in the company of 2 lawyers as he admitted that indeed the voice featured on the tape is his.
One Commander Asari. Okay, please go slowly. Yes. Police commander. Yes. But I don't know which district or which region or which section he commands. He introduced himself to me when he came to my office. Apart from Commander Asari, there was one man also later joined called COP Mesa, that he's on leave now prior to his retirement. Then later, when the meeting were going on, I didn't see the person, it was on phone. One JB, who is also the police superintendent at the police headquarters.
So you want to tell this committee that all that was said on the tape is valid?
Oh, it's valid.
Okay.
Hear the voice of the former Northern Regional Chairman of the NPP speaking there. Well, the Deputy Minority Leader, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, who raised them out on the floor of Parliament, has expressed shock at the revelations from the committee's second day sitting. But he expresses utmost trust in the committee to do a good job.
That it confirms the worry I had. And I wish the committee well. I believe that they will get to the bottom of these issues and to make sure that all the fears of the people of Ghana who have listened to this tape are addressed. I mean, it should not happen that people who have been entrusted at the highest levels to basically protect and safeguard the interests of the people of Ghana in terms of security, especially when it comes to elections, see themselves as basically working in the interest of a political party.
You heard the voice of Deputy Minority Leader Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa. The Meanwhile, security analyst Dr. Adam Bonat says there may be a hurdle ahead for the committee to cross.
I want to believe that most of the things after their sittings, they will put it in their report and pass it on to the speaker. It is the speaker's committee. One of the things has to do probably would be to have a tenure of office for an IGP. Chances are that everyone feels that if I try, I might be able to remove you by tomorrow morning. And by tomorrow morning or afternoon, I'll be made the next IGP. Going forward, I'm sure on Thursday, they are going to be asking them questions such as they identifying, confirming or denying whether the voices on the tape is theirs or not. I take some intel that some of them have already started denying that it is not them.
The voice of security analyst Dr. Adam Bonat there. Now, before we go, the 13 people arrested after police fired warning shots to disperse crowd at Tamale Circuit Court are expected to be arraigned before the court today. My colleague Christopher Amwako has more on the subject.
The police suspected that hearing will be a different one because the youth has indicated that they were going to be in court in their numbers. So the police were well prepared and ensured that adequate security measures were put in place at the court premises. So when the youth got there, because of an earlier issue of trust between the youth and the police, the youth allegedly started using some abusive words on the police, and a confrontation ensued, which resulted in the police firing some warning shots to disperse the crowd. 6 persons allegedly sustained gunshot wounds, and as we speak, they are at the Tamale Teaching Hospital receiving treatment. Motorbikes numbering over 100 were also seized by the police. Authorities, members of parliament are working their way through to ensure that some sanity is restored amongst the youth. And the cause of the confrontation that ensued, the hearing of the case actually was brought to an abrupt end. And so because everybody at the court premises was actually running for cover, and for that matter, it affected the running of the court proceedings.
That report was brought to you by my colleague Christopher Amwako. They're still with us here. I'll bring you details in our subsequent bulletins. Away from that, the minority in Parliament have rejected the police proposed route for the Occupy Bank of Ghana protest march to the Bank of Ghana headquarters. The minority, in a letter to the Commissioner of Police, Regional Commander Accra, said the rejection of the police proposed route is as a result of the fact that those routes were not an option discussed with them when the delegation met with the police. We'll be bringing you details also in a subsequent bulletin. But that's how we wrap up on the morning news here on 3FM 92.7. My name is Noble Crosby Annan. There's always more news on our website, 3news.com. Please log on for more. Good morning.